Hey everyone, this is iGadgets and Reviews, and today with me I want to show you guys a mod which is called Light My iPhone. And basically what this is I have a transparent cover on. I've put a light right here on the Apple logo, and when I turn on my iPhone, as I'll just push the button, I get this light on my iPhone. It's exactly like the MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs. It looks really nice, and I want to give you guys a review. I've had it on for the past 2-3 days, and I want to tell you guys some of the cons, and yeah, mostly cons. Alright, so let's get into it. First of all, let me turn the iPhone on. So when the screen turns off, your logo will turn off. Basically, the logo turns on when any kind of activity is going on in the iPhone operating system, as in your app is trying to track where you're at, like maps or something, or if you have like a reminder set with Siri, like you have to call someone when you get home, so Siri is going to keep checking on where you're at. This is going to keep lighting up. Um, if you have automatic push notifications, if it turns on every 5 minutes, this is going to turn on right along with it. Basically, any type of activity you're going to use data, or like this, I turn it on, it's on. And I'm going to keep my screen on, so this will stay on. And alright, so let's get into the cons. One is that this back panel is from the company LightMyiPhone, and you can see just by the look of it, it looks exactly like the original, right? But there is some problems with this panel. First, I would say is, and the biggest problem for me, is the back panel. The glass here is very fingerprint sensitive, and it attracts so much fingerprints than the original glass. Like in the front one, it's fingerprint resistant and it's good quality glass. Now this looks the same, but once again, it is. I don't think I can show you guys with the camera, but like there's a little stain you can see there, and that's just fingerprints. You just touch it, and boom, fingerprint. It is very sensitive, and it gets annoying sometimes, especially like if you're like at the gym or something. And I don't like to use a case much times, and if I grab this like with a sweaty palm, it's just slipping around everywhere, you know, and it's a big difference from the original front panel glass and the original back panel glass too. That's one of the problems. Second is the panel I got. I don't know if all of them are like this, but it's not it's not very good quality. There's a lot of issues I have with it. First of all is that my panel I've got has a like separation from the glass, and this top ring around the glass, this white strip, as you guys can see it right there. It's a very big uh, gap you can see, and that's not real pretty for your beautiful iPhone. And it's all around, it's there, and then I go down here to the bottom of the phone. I have this black mark inside of the phone, that's within the ring and the glass. It has this black, I don't know what it is, but it's inside, so it's not, you can't clean it off. And there's another crack there from, I mean, not a crack, but a gap, sorry, that is from the glass, from the ring around. It's all the way around in the bottom too. And there is some other black marks around here, but that's just the other problem. As you can see, there's some stuff like that right here. You can see. I don't know what is that, but they're not coming off. It's all defected piece. I don't know if they're all like this now, but this is the one I've got, and I have contacted them about this, and they said to go ahead and ship it back, and they will send us a new panel. So, but that's not the main reason I'm shipping it back. The problem, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead here. The third problem I have with this is the panel has the two screws that connects here for the bottom of your phone. Now my right screw fits in perfectly into the the hole that the glass panel has, and my left screw here doesn't. When I put the screw in, I tried to turn around and screw it in, and I was looking having a hard time. So decided to take it off and see what was the problem, and I see that the screw hole doesn't have any uh, thread inside for a screw to actually screw on into, which was also awful. If you're This thing costs $80, with shipping and everything. It costs $80, and it's too expensive to have flaws like this. I mean, basically, it's just a piece of light that you put on your phone. I mean, it shouldn't be that expensive, and then have these type of flaws. So I'm gonna contact them by email and get their address and all that stuff and send it back. See if I can get a better quality one. But from my point of view, I just want to show you guys that I don't think this is worth it. It's cost too much. The glass, they can't replace this and have a better quality glass. You're gonna get the same glass, even if these gaps right here get fixed for me. I'm still gonna have an issue with that. And the light itself, let me show you guys. You can see that it kind of leaks out from the left. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see with the camera, but the problem, the reason why that happened is that because I will show you guys when I take it out how the light actually looks when I take this back cover off, and I'll explain why that leak is actually happening. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm going to take out this back cover. I've taken off my one screw. Supposed to be two, but can't get the other one in, so only have one screw that was holding this back panel on the iPhone. So I want to show you guys what's inside. Oops, I accidentally locked my phone. You push it up and it just comes right off, and there you go. So this is the back of the transparent replacement mod cover, and that is let me turn on the light again. Oop. And this is another problem. The light's not turning on. The reason why, this thing was hell to get on. Just crazy difficult, really difficult, guys. And I also advise, if you are gonna spend $80, I hope you guys can get this on, because for me it was super difficult, really difficult. The wiring is still not great, as you can see. If I move around some stuff, it just stops working because it it's not perfectly wired. I'll admit that I'm not the best at this, but I did a pretty good job, and it's still having these issues. So the reason for the light leak that I was telling about, as you can see, the light is between two pieces of plastic, and all this is clear, and this is the little white piece where inside the light is. So light spreads outwards this way. So when you put the panel on, you cover. If you have it landscape like this or straight like this, the light, if this part is going up, you'll have leakage here. If you like mine is on the left, so I have a little light leak on the left, because most of the light is coming from there. That's the strong point of the light. You know, if you have on top, it's gonna come down. So that's the problem I was having with the light leak. But that's not really a big deal, you know. But the big problem was for me is, of course, this back panel. Really crappy, just awful quality, not worth the money. And the wiring is, you know, if you guys can do a better job, hey, and if you can fit it in perfectly, that's great. But for me, it was super difficult, really, really hard. And I'm gonna take it off. I'm not gonna keep this thing on my phone. I'd rather have the original back on. It's not worth the money. It's not worth the trouble, and especially when you get something like this, you know, bad material. And but they do say that they're gonna replace it for me. So when I get my replacement piece, I might show you guys in the next video if I have a good quality one or not. But even if I do, I will not put this on my iPhone. I might put it on one of my demo iPhones, I guess. But you know, I thought it'd be cool to have and show off your friends and everything. That hey, look at my iPhone. But it's not worth it. Not worth it, guys. All right, so that was a review. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. And thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.